Budgeting for your child with special needs is actually closer to a retirement budget than a typical household budget. And in this video, we'll go over why and how to put one together. I'm Ted Frank of Strategic Special Needs Planning, and budgeting for a child with special needs is actually closer to a retirement budget because you're budgeting out 30, 40, maybe even 50 years into the future. So you've got returns on investments, but you also have inflation to factor in. And 3% a year, that can add up quite easily. Here's one I put together for my son, James. Here is the SSI coming in, that $1,233 a month. Here are the expenses that I anticipate for him, let's say if he shares an apartment with some friends. Here are the life insurance proceeds from myself and his mom, and my Social Security check that'll get factored in when he gets SSA. Here, I've divided his life into phases, and he's in his first phase because he's 14. He has not yet gotten SSI. In phase 2, he will start getting SSI, and he'll be living at home, so he doesn't have any expenses yet. In phase 3, all that money from SSI is totaled up there in the assets and gains column, and let's say he moves out and he starts getting expenses. Phase 4 is after I retire and SSI becomes SSA and increases to half my Social Security check. Phase 5 is after I pass away and he gets my life insurance. And phase 6 is after his mom passes away and he gets her life insurance check. Over here are the expenses that he'll incur at each one of those phases. And as you can see, when he gets to phase 6, they amount to a lot of money, over $2.6 million. That's inflation rearing its ugly head, but also because it's a phase that lasts 27 years. Now, as you can see in the assets after expenses, this is how much he'll have in his portfolio at the end of each phase. And as you can see, by phase 3, he's almost out of money. And the only way he gets in the black again is if I die and he gets my life insurance. That is going to force a very awful conversation because I'm gonna basically have to say, I know you love living with your friends, but I can't afford it anymore. You have to move back in with your dad. And how do you think that's gonna go? And even so, at the end, he's over $1 million short. So this budget's gotta go in the garbage. But let's say that instead of moving in with his friends, he makes friends with the people that he moves in with at the group home that's paid for by the regional center. This only puts us $33,000 in the hole, which is not optimal, but it's so much more doable. The reason why this is so important is because that big mistake that I made in the first sheet, I didn't make it in real life. And I was able to make that adjustment, reset that expectation, and never make a promise that I couldn't keep, never break his heart, and never deal with all that stress that comes before and after that horrible conversation. Budgeting can really save you, and it's really important to do. And budgeting with a retirement app is even better because it calculates everything much more frequently, and therefore it's a whole lot more accurate.